Orlovsky, the psychology of staying positive, not negative, is what
I'm
I
a
mean.
positive person.
Yeah, but what he's bringing up is that you have to risk that when you get involved in a relationship, because oftentimes relationships go bad, and some of like the worst times you could ever have in the gym will come right after you got in a big fight with your girl, where you just can't concentrate, and you get. I've had that happen before. We've all had that happen.
That's
before.
why you don't deal with chicken heads. That's why you don't mess with chicken heads.
That's what I mean. You got to be disciplined about the people you surround yourself with.
I won't even entertain the idea of a chicken head. A chicken head comes along, I'm like, no, keep clucking, get out of here.
So you wouldn't date the girl that was with Sterling?
The ultimate chicken head? She deserves a trophy. The ultimate chicken head of all time? The LA Clippers chick?
That's great.
What? Listen, if someone said, listen, you're going to bang this chick, you're going to lose the fucking Los Angeles Clippers if you hang out with this bitch. Think about that. The biggest chicken head of all time. He lost the team because his chick. Take all the racism out. Whatever. He's a racist bastard.
Right.
Sucks. He should not be that way. Granted, if he never signed up for this chicken head, he would still own the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, not only that, do you know the whole story behind it?
No.
His wife was suing this girl for embezzling money that the man, Sterling, had clearly given this chick. He wanted to give her some things.
He bought her gifts and stuff.
Yeah, I bought her gifts. And so the wife was trying to take back the gifts.
Right.
So she was suing her, and that's when the tape magically revealed itself.
Oh.
He sounds a little drunk in the tape, right?
Probably lit up. Probably came home from a fucking dinner, had a couple of drinks in him.
Can you imagine the next morning?
But you know
he
how
sobered up and was like, what?
It's totally illegal, by the way. You can't just record someone.
Yeah, not in California.
They're saying two things. They're saying, one, that she didn't record it. Somebody else recorded it.
Bullshit.
And they're saying, two, that he was aware that he was being recorded. Both
Not
are ridiculous.
a chance. Not a chance.
Both are preposterous.
Yeah. You're actually not allowed in California, I think, without the consent of the person.
Two-party consent.
You know what he needs to do?
York is
He
one.
needs to go around the nation. He needs to make positive out of this, and it needs to be how to avoid chicken heads 101. He is the ultimate face for chicken heads.
Well, I don't
he
know
lost
about
the Clippers because of this.
Yeah, but he only bought the Clippers for $12 million. It's worth a $500 million now.
Great deal. Smart
Yeah.
businessman.
Sell it.
It's worth a $500 million now.
Everyone's trying to buy it. Oprah's trying to buy it, right? Floyd Mayweather.
Meanwhile, he's suing the NBA now.
Oh, he's not going to go away
billions.
quietly.
He's suing them for billions of dollars.
He was a divorce lawyer.
He has a good case,
he's no
right?
stranger.
Of course he does.
He's no stranger to litigation. He was a divorce
You
lawyer.
can't just fucking do that to someone because of a private conversation that was illegally wiretapped. You can't do that.
Yeah, even though
You
they're
can't-
assholes.
Even though he's an asshole. You can't do that because who knows what his state of mind is. He shouldn't have to protect his state of mind and wonder if it's going to be public if it's in a private moment. If he wants to say something completely inappropriate because he's drunk and then wants to recant
In his house?
in his
his
own
house?
and then wants to recant it the next day or feel the folly of his ways or feel bad about what he said and correct himself or not. What he says publicly should be public statements. And this idea that you're supposed to pretend that everyone is listening to you and watching you every minute of every day is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's unfair. It's unprecedented. And you're talking about an old man who is probably barely understanding what's going on. The internet was invented when he was 61 fucking years old. Wrap your head around that, okay? 20 years ago, 1994, what kind of internet we have? Some dog shit AOL internet. That guy was 61 then.
Yeah.
He has no idea.
And you have to
sign up for this chicken head.
But you have
What
to
is she,
use a
25?
hard case, too.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do when you're an old man. You want to fuck young pussy. You're not going to get chicks that are balanced.
She's not even that hot, though.
Plenty
What
hot.
are we doing,
She's plenty
bro?
hot. What are you
are we
talking about?
doing? She's
Have you
not
looked
that
at
hot.
him?
For him?
I've looked at him. Have you looked at his? Have you looked at his team? He owns the Los Angeles Clippers.
It doesn't matter.
And
He looks like an elephant's balls that's been stuffed into the shape of a man.
Dude, he's ancient.
I've seen worse, though. I've seen worse. Go to the Fig and Olive in Hollywood. You're going to see some old dudes with some young chicks.
Go to
Way
the
better
Playboy
looking.
Mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, my
listen,
God.
That's a given.
He's an old guy, and she's a young girl, and them's the rules. Okay, let's not pretend it is
Them is the
anything
rules.
other than what it is. Look at that. That's what it is, man. That's what it's been since the beginning of time.
She's plenty hot.
He does
She's
look like
hot as
melted cheese.
fuck.
She's not that hot. Can we get a better picture of her? Is she a model?
Listen, Brendan.
Beauty and the Beast.
First of all, you are dealing with a totally different class of human. So let's just drop that. Okay, what's hot to you?
You're right, my man. But you're right.
What's hot to you and hot to an old dude that looks like an elephant's balls that has been shaped into
He
a shape
owns
of
the
a man.
Clippers.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
a different
Doesn't matter.
league.
Doesn't matter.
It's a
Doesn't
different
matter.
league.
He should
When
be
you own the Clippers, bitches are lining up out
No,
your
they're
door.
not. Not when
Try
you're
and
taking
record you and get money.
Two things you have to take into consideration. One, as you get older, you'll give less and less a fuck about a girl being perfect, and that's why MILF porn exists. You want dirty old chicks that are just fuck it, let's give up, and they're all weird looking.
Dom
They gotta
Herrera.
keep their one
Bushes.
stocking on.
Dom Herrera looks at me. We were talking to these. There was a group of us, and there's a couple 21-year-old girls. I don't know how old they were. They were just hanging around, and he's peeing, and he goes, "Are those girls hot?" And I was like, they look pretty hot to me. And he goes, no, because at my age, a girl could have a goat head. If she's that age and she's got a body like that, I don't care if she's got a goat head. I still think she's hot. Your standards, you're not like, you're not looking at symmetry on the level that you are when you're 84 or whatever he is.
No, a hot chick's a hot chick.
First of all, you got
81 you own the Clippers. You're pulling some. Okay,
don't,
she's not bad.
Listen, he can't see. Okay, do you know what his fucking vision must be like?
He can't see.
Must be ridiculous. His vision must be ridiculous. It has to be ridiculous.
Joe used to do this bit that I think to this day to me is maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was Hugh Hefner taking Viagra like Tic Tacs, and the girls trying to psych themselves up to have sex with him. And the one girl's like, "Easy, I can see white hair coming out of his ass." She goes, "I'll hold your hair. Don't worry. He'll get you an audition for Baywatch. Just go in there." He's like, "Lucky, you girls are lucky."
You're butchering my bit. Please stop now.
Please stop now.
It's an old bit. I don't even remember how that bit goes anymore.
So good, dude.
I talked to a
White hair
playmate one
coming out of his
time.
ass.
I talked to a playmate. We had a discussion because I said, it's a little weird to me. And she goes, what's weird? I go, well, these girls, what was the show on E that they had?
Girls Next Door.
Girls Next Door. I said, the show Girls Next Door, this old dude and these three hot blondes. It's just weird. She goes, what's weird? I go, well, obviously they're not into it because the way he looks. They're just into it to, better their careers. And she goes, oh, no, he's a great guy. He takes care of us, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's weird. I said, what's your dad say about it? She goes, oh, I don't have a dad. That's a given. I could have told you that. There you go.
It's a lot of that. They don't have a real male role model, maybe, or someone who looks at the situation and goes, hey, this is my little daughter. Why is she with this old man? What have I done wrong to make her lean towards this really old guy?
But I'm not hating on Hugh Hefner. I'm hating on the girls. Hugh, do your thing, my man.
I would definitely not hate on the girls, because the girls, a lot of them, like, girls who get into that situation, whether they're taking naked pictures or doing porn or, almost all of them, they come from a situation somewhere early on in their life where someone did something bad to them. It's a super common thing. It's not all of them. There's a lot of girls who don't, but the percentages of girls...
Porno, yes. Playmates, I don't think
Well,
so.
I think that is a very similar in I don't think there's anything wrong with either one. I should be real clear about that. Like,
I don't judge them. I don't think anything's wrong. Yeah, do your
There's
thing.
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having sex on video. There's nothing wrong with any of it. But a lot of people that associate like their sexuality with how they express themselves, or their sexuality like exclusively how they promote and present themselves, like sometimes it comes from a place where they were abused. Somewhere along
most
the line.
of the time.
That makes me sad. So when I see, I'm not necessarily saying that happened to those girls that are with Hefner, but when I see...
No, I think those girls are opportunists.
They might be, but they might not be. They might. He might really be the first guy that was ever like super sweet, and they knew that he was going to support them.
Yeah,
it's super possible.
Like one of the things I think.
Well, you shake your head like that, but it's totally true. Like if you're a chick and you're really vulnerable.
If I'm a chick and I'm the prom king, or the prom queen.
Right.
I'm the prom queen. I get done. I don't have shit to do, right? I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm a hot chick. What am I gonna do?
Right.
Playboy.
Well,
sign me up. Maxim 100.
It could be ambition. It could be ambition.
And then you do Maxim 100, and that's like, all right, well, let's step our game up. Let's get these titties out, get more money. Great. Now I'm making money just showing my titties.
Right.
Then it goes from there. Let's throw a dick in. Now you're doing porno. That's the vicious cycle.
I don't know though, because I just had Asa Akira on the podcast. She wrote that book, Insatiable. She is.
Yeah, totally.
And it was really interesting conversation because I kept trying to find out, like, kind of what the origin of doing this was, because she does 9 guys and all that, and she said she was very, very self-aware because the book was really funny actually, and kind of interesting in how open she was about how destructive this was going to be for her future in certain ways, like having kids, never working with kids. And I said, what do you think it was that caused you to take this jump? Because she's really very self-aware. I go, you probably could have been successful at a lot of things because you're pretty smart and, She came from a pretty tight family, and she said, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what it was that got me to take this step, because I knew full well and still do that the repercussions, a lot of which I can never walk away from.
Does she have a boyfriend?
Yeah, she's married to a guy in the business.
Of course. Could you be married to a porno star?
No.
Could you do it, Joe?
Be tough action. You'd have to have a strong mind.
Sometimes people don't know why they do what they do. And I don't know that it's as cut and dry as saying, well, most of the time I think it's probably
Football,
damage.
wrestling.
What'd you think of the
wrestling,
What'd you think of the Glover?
size. Incredible
John Jones?
performance by John Jones.
Yeah.
It's smart as shit too. That shoulder wrench that he used in the clinch.
Amazing.
I never seen anybody do that before, and everyone's going to start doing it now. I mean, now it's 100% because that comes up all the time.
It's a copycat league.
Mm-hmm.
I was throwing more elbows on Monday.
Sure.
My
yeah.
coach goes, listen, I want you putting elbow pads on now.
John's so good at those too. In those tight situations, it doesn't make an advantage or a disadvantage rather to have long arms when he's
Right.
using elbows. And he has all the torque from his mechanical advantage, the way his body's framed.
Yeah.
He's throwing nasty elbows inside the clinch, and it's literally the perfect distance for like full power shots.
amazing.
Whereas like if he was punching, you'd have to like get some room in order to punch. But he's landing these elbows inside, and they're just perfect.
What's amazing, what makes John the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now is you would think he was just going to sit on the outside and pick Glover Teixeira apart. That was the game plan. And then he goes, I just decided to switch it up, do his game, because we thought, most experts thought it'd be inside if it goes inside against the cage, Glover, that's where he wants to be, he's going to tear John up. John said, forget this, pins him against the cage and just does work. He did Glover's game plan against him.
Yeah, just like he did Chael's game plan against Chael. It was crazy.
But something I saw you saying something during the fight. Was something wrong with his right hand?
Don't know. Never
he didn't
found
throw
out.
any right hands.
Never found
He threw
out.
an uppercut,
Yeah.
but that's it.
He threw a few. He definitely
but
threw
nothing,
a few.
nothing
but
like normal,
he
right?
threw a lot of lefts. He threw some nice left hooks too, man. His left hook is
Great
sweet.
check left hooks. Yes.
Yeah, very nice, real accurate left hooks. But it was the elbows. I agree with you. Up against the cage, that were the most impressive.
My feeling is it's going to always be Gustafsson is going to be number 2 or whatever. They're going to battle that again. And I want to see, I think the number 2 spot is up for grabs between Anthony Rommel Johnson and Glover Teixeira. Those guys have
Oh, dude,
similar
you can't
styles.
sleep on Daniel Cormier, man. Do not
that's
sleep
true.
on Daniel
That's
Cormier.
true. That's
ever.
true.
I think
Cormier's a
Cormier beats both
motherfucker.
those guys.
so
man.
true.
I think Cormier
Cormier's-
beats both those guys.
Cormier's something
I
special,
forgot
man.
about him.
You can't fuck with Daniel Cormier. He's something special.
But is he going to be able to deal with John Jones?
Well, we're going to find out. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Cormier is the most marketable guy to fight.
Better wrestler.
John.
He'll
More
do what he
than
wants
Gustafsson?
wrestling wise.
He's not just, well, Gustafsson, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say probably even. It's
Yeah,
a good point.
it's close.
But outside, the Gustafsson fight's guaranteed. That's
Yeah.
the next fight.
Might be
But
in
outside
Sweden.
of that,
That's going to be the
I
next
know, it's
fight.
gonna be
That's going to be the
amazing.
next fight with
John Jones.
John Jones.
That for sure. Gustafsson took a big chance, too, in fighting Jimmy Manoa. Took a big chance.
Did he though?
Yes, he took
Did
a
he?
chance. Yeah, I mean, he beat him, and he won. But Manoa was no joke. Manoa was fucking dangerous. He's dangerous. He
He's
hits very
an
hard.
explosive fighter. However, it was way too much of a jump for him. Fighting Gustafsson was like, it was kind of
Well-
like, here, Gustafsson, stay active.
That's super easy to say after the fact. But if Gustafsson came in, he wasn't disciplined, he doesn't mind his P's and Q's.
He wouldn't
didn't
be where he's
dot
at
his
if he
I's.
wasn't.
You're right, but sometimes guys will slip when they go from a title fight and they drop down the
It's
next
true.
fight they're on the fight card.
Well, but
you
he
know?
believed he won the fight.
Mhm.
He thinks
Yeah.
he's the champ. And John says the same thing too. He goes, Alexander's talking like he won the fight.
Yeah.
Bro, it was a great fight, but drop it, you lost.
It was a very good fight, but I agree with the decision.
Me too, I agree.
It was the right decision.
I had John 3-2.
Yeah, John pulled it out.